wants to go first?
We will.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Molly.
So just like to just keep each other accountable, and sometimes if you like pair up with a person and say, okay, so we're gonna keep each other accountable, because sometimes it's kind of intimidating to go up to like a big group of people that's not doing anything and say, hey, come on, you guys, like, come on, you gotta do something, because then they'll be like, hey, don't tell me what to do. But if you just like get with another person and be like, keep each other accountable, like even like little groups, like, okay, let's do this, you know.
And I think you can always, if you're willing to put yourself in a vulnerable position and say, I want you to check in on me, most people will let you do the same for them. But as soon as you're not asking for the same kind of response, or you're saying, I'm just giving feedback versus receiving, they're less likely to listen. So I like it. You pick somebody and say, we're gonna work together on this. Who wants to go next? Go ahead.
So I think one way that we can improve here at TVEC is that if you don't know how to do something, it's really important that you find someone who does know how to do that thing, and you put yourself in their position. So like have them with you and have them like basically just teach you how to do it. That way, you know how to do it right. And if you do end up screwing up on something, then you're able to know what you did wrong and you're able to fix it. So you need to surround yourself with people who know what they're doing, basically, and then you're going to start picking up whatever slack you're leaving behind, hopefully. But
And you're opening yourself up to response.
Exactly.
You're putting
you
yourself
gotta be
in a
able to take
position of,
criticism too.
you're not the know-it-all, you're saying, I
Yeah.
don't know everything, who can help me?
Right, right.
That's good.
We'll go. Yeah, we said, like, if we have a list of things to get done, and like we're in groups, and one group gets things done, just like instead of just kind of standing there not doing anything, going and helping other groups, that way we all get done faster. It's always good.
We were talking about bar, and so like with cleanup post event and everything, maybe even talking like beforehand to kind of communicate who's going to kind of do who and kind of have a game plan for that. Because just like with breaking down the event or setting up for something else, when you have when the servers have a list of things to do that the banquet manager fills out, it's sometimes smoother and things to do. So I think that's what we're talking about.
You guys spend less time asking each other what you're working on and more time being able to just plug ahead and work on the next item. Good. Okay, so we have set expectations, we have ways that we're going to get there, and we're looking for our goals. I know that they might sound simpler, they might sound kind of like trivial at this point, because we do work hard to get these things accomplished on the daily, but when you guys are putting these things out there, now, okay, anybody who's in this room, anybody who's watching the video, if you notice that this is something we've said we're willing to do, we have to hold each other accountable and keep working on it. Same thing applies that if we're in a situation where we don't know what we're doing or we're trying to help somebody else learn and educate, we know that there's a lot of people in the room with the same goals and they can help each other become better as well. So I appreciate you guys giving that feedback and really thinking that through. Is there anything else that anybody would like to address at all with everybody here that's trained in every position? Okay, we're going to keep plugging away then. I have quite a bit to go through with our bartenders. So if you guys are just servers, you guys are excused. Thank you for taking the time to come out. Congratulations on your prize. Props.
Yeah, the people that got here on time got the prize. Hey.
We're supposed to tell them. She picked up. Yeah, we're supposed to tell them.
I don't know where to go. Is it? Do you need a rubber? Probably. Is it okay if I just
Are you
stay?
still filming that?
That's okay.
Sweet.
Future.
Okay.
Sweet. Sweet.
So
Yeah,
bartenders. Sorry, I might must be scary over here.
No.
You don't want Josh to be by himself.
Mostly I was in the video the whole time.
Yeah, I'm
I
kinda
always
like-
smile and stuff, so then I don't want to be distracted.
I just zoomed right in on you.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So bartenders, I think in the general scheme of things, of everybody that we have here, you guys have the most like new individuals working in the bar. Everybody else has a little bit more of like experience in their area where people are returning 2-3 years from now, or we're only hiring like 1 or 2 people at a time. I've been working on training quite a few individuals in the bar recently, which is good, because I want to give you guys some flexibility this summer to not be super committed where you have to be here every weekend. But we also then have to make sure that our training is cohesive all the way across. And we have a few individuals that I feel like kind of got trained by somebody who maybe wasn't quite ready to be a trainer, only because that's the situation we had with who was available. So I wanna try to do our best today to answer questions, to kind of update all of us and get us across the board ready for this season, and make sure that if there's things that are being done one way, but they should be done another, we can address them now, versus you get in the bar and you're like, in what world did this make sense that this is what we're supposed to be doing? Or, you know, you just don't wanna have that conflict of, now I have to try to tell you what to do because you weren't trained correctly. So kind of my philosophy on things is we don't get frustrated with the person until we know that they have all the clear guidelines from us. We're not allowed to, you know, say it's your fault. It might be because they weren't trained correctly. So we're gonna go through all of the setup, all the takedown lists. I really don't care how long you've been here, you should still be using these lists, just because there's not a single person here that's working every weekend and has it totally memorized. Even when I jump in there, sometimes there's little things that I'll forget to check. Go through your setup and tear down list, because it's just as important for your success opening and closing the bar as it is for the person working after you. Because if things aren't put away correctly, then I get phone calls of like, hey, I can't find the jiggers, where would they be? Or I don't know where the bar menus are at, or things like that. So let's go ahead, we're gonna travel together. We're gonna go to back